The lower the number as in 0.
What's up, folks? Snapzilla Gorilla. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to the Definition of Anarchy channel. Go ahead and hit that like button when y'all come up in here, please. Before I get started on this here live stream. It's a beautiful Sunday out here in Southern California. Y'all just uploaded a new video about the black scenes. They trying to make us to be sure to check it out if you haven't. I'll check it out, brother. I will check it out. Let y'all see what the sky the sky's looking at like out here in Southern California. So it looks like they have some I can't tell if those are happy trails or what, but Yeshua's return says, hey, what's going on? God bless you, brother. Can't stay long. Just wanted to say that. Oh, thank you, man. No problem, Yeshua's return. Yeah, man. So, man, it's window's kind of dirty. Very interesting debate that happened yesterday between Brian from High Impact Flicks and An0maly. An0maly is a Trump supporter. We're good, Derek C. Williams. Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. I ain't seen you up in here in a minute. What you been up to, Derek? Sky's pretty clear out here, but they've been doing some spraying, so I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's there. Just back from Mississippi, but I see you working big time. Oh man, thank you. I ain't really been, I just been doing lives in the truck, man. I got a newborn baby, so only time I really get to do videos is when I'm out running errands for the fam. They spray heavy in Mississippi? I bet. Anyway. Yeah, so yesterday was an interesting debate between An0maly and HighImpactTV. And, the point behind the debate, I guess, was for Brian from HighImpactTV was to find out if this is his question to An0maly. If Donald Trump is evil, if Donald Trump is a bad person, if that he's part of the elite system that wants to keep everyone down and wants to keep everyone enslaved, why are you still supporting Donald Trump? Why are you still supporting? I saw Newsom caught out and about, yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw that video, man. The question is, and this is the question I always have for people that know that Trump has done some tyrannical shit and continues to do tyrannical shit and continues to operate in tyranny, but they still support him. So this was the question Brian had for An0maly, and An0maly basically said, what other choice do we have? You know what I'm saying? So he presented a false dilemma, like either you vote for this evil or you vote for that evil. or you support this evil, or you support that evil. And that's not true. That's a false dilemma. There aren't just two choices. There's always many choices. There are many things you can do other than to participate in a left-right paradigm lie. To know that the left-right paradigm is a lie, and to still operate as though it's legitimate, that's the problem, right? So he really didn't have an answer for that. It's like what most people say. It's like what people like ABL, Steven Crowder, all these right-wing commentators, all these right-wing bloggers and truthers, right? All they have to say is, well, Trump, if it's either Trump or Biden, or it's Trump, Hillary, and blah, blah, blah. No, that's not. See, when you present those two options to your audience, then it's like, okay, you're right. What else can we do? Let's just vote for Trump. Well, guess what? There are other options, right? And this is what An0maly said in response to the whole voting for the lesser of two evils is still voting for evil. He said, you're not moving the needle either way. So you're not moving the needle if you vote, and you're not moving the needle if you don't vote. That's also false, right? That's also false, because when you do vote, when you participate in the system, you are letting you're letting them know that you are a willing participant, that you are a compliant participant in the system, that you are going to be a good little sheep and continue to pretend as though you have a say in what goes on. Whereas if you don't vote, then you are actively not participating in the bullshit. You have decided to withdraw yourself as much as you can from the bullshit, right? To say that it doesn't move the needle, to say that it doesn't sway things this way or that, it's completely false. As a matter of fact, voting, it depends. It depends. So if 80% of people vote, right, and 20% of the people don't vote, well, that 20% probably isn't going to do much, right? But those 80% of the people that do vote is letting you know that the controllers are still going to maintain control over your lives. Okay, the majority has decided that they're going to allow the oppressor to continue to oppress us. But if you flip that on his head, excuse me, and this is what the funny thing An0maly said. An0maly said, I don't know if you guys are familiar with An0maly, but he is a Trump supporter, and he does a lot of videos. I guess he's a music artist, a rapper, or something like that. But he does a lot of videos on Facebook, really, and that's where I came to know him, on Facebook, before I even became part of YouTube. And he does a lot of that type of stuff. And then when Trump came into office, he became a huge Trump supporter. As of late, he's been complaining and pointing out a lot of the BS Trump has been doing, including Operation Warp Speed, bump stock bans, pushing red flag laws, this, that, and the third. All these tyrannical things, civil asset forfeiture, right, which is the ultimate violation of someone's rights. So much for the right, the property and the pursuit of happiness and all that shit. Civil asset forfeiture just snatches that away from you. If the police decide that they want to suspect you of committing a crime and that you made money committing a crime, then they can just take your money. That's complete and utter bullshit. To me, that's the highest violation. So he points all these things out in his videos. He'll make videos about it, but then he'll continue to support them. Oh, well, what else are we going to do? So his position is that, let's say no one voted, right, during the next election. No one went out and voted. He feels like, oh, well, then that means that the people in power will just stay in power. They won't there won't be any change of power. But the thing is this, and then, you know, he kept harping on how the not voting is not doing anything, as though it's just not voting. Like, you're not doing anything other than not voting. You're not voting, and you're also doing other things to move yourself toward being a free individual, right? To break the chains of your enslavement. You're not just not voting. You're taking other steps and other actions to do so, right? If no one voted, then that means everyone is going to be ready to push these people out of power. So we're not just not voting, right? If no one voted, everyone would go to these. We would go to the White House. We go to the House of Congress and all this shit, and we'll snatch these motherfuckers up and throw their ass out in their ass. You're on your own now. You're no longer in control over us. So get that through your thick skulls. We no longer want. We don't want no more presidents. We don't. Everybody would come to the realization. They wouldn't just say, you know what, I'm not just going to vote, but I'm going to still let these people rule over me. No, you're gonna snatch these rulers up and you're gonna throw their ass out. That's how that works. And it seems like a pipe dream, but there's always that possibility. What do you think happens to every freaking empire? Every empire falls. Every empire lasts about 200 years. All right. This one has lasted a little over almost 300 years due to the Constitution and how it was structured. You know, we've had the longest standing Constitution of any other country. And this is how they're able to maintain power, because it gives the illusion of this balance of power. It gives this illusion of a transfer of power. It gives the illusion of checks and balances. So they're able to keep up the illusion. And if you have people believe so much in the Constitution that they use it as a shield, then you can use it as a sword, right? As people in power, they use it as a sword all the time. So when you have the judges, the Supreme Court judges, make a decision, they set precedent in a certain way. Oh, well, the Constitution gives them that right. The Constitution gives these judges that power. So they interpret the law in a certain fashion. So now we have to go by what these judges say. So, it's a chess game that they're playing, you know. But this is the biggest takeaway for me from that debate. If you guys didn't see that debate, y'all should check it out. I mean, it was like 4 hours long, but I really learned a lot from that debate. Well, I didn't learn a lot. I learned that many of these right-wing Trump supporters are the same. They're the same. Their cognitive dissonance is so entrenched. They're so ensconced in their cognitive dissonance that the deflection, they deflect, they get sensitive, they get personal, they launch ad hominem, they do certain things, and they hold on to this hope that Trump is going to swoop in and save the day. Trump is not going to do that. He didn't do anything in the first 4 years to do any of that. He's not going to do anything in the second 4 years. Just because he's going to get another 4 years doesn't mean that he's going to move. He's not going to launch. He's going to move us toward freedom any closer. But he has done things for them to be like, oh, he had the lowest black unemployment. He had the First Step Act, which looks to free many black people, and this, that, and third. He has a platinum plan. Listen, all that's great, but we shouldn't need those things, right? We should, if we didn't have to operate in this system, we wouldn't need those things. We wouldn't need that. But that's not enough. It's not enough to say, oh well, let's get black people some jobs. Yeah, let's get black people more jobs. Let's free some nonviolent offenders. Blah blah blah. When you turn around and push red flag laws, which is another form of enslavement, another form of you're taking people's due process away. So he's for civil asset forfeiture. So that negates any good thing that he's done. The civil asset forfeiture, red flag laws, bump stock bans. Bump stock bans. Oh, I have heard so many excuses from the right about bump stock bans. Oh, it's not really an arm. You idiot. Don't you see that that's the excuse the left uses to take away our Second Amendment rights? Oh, a muzzle brake ain't a firearm. And that's not covered by the Constitution. But we use them suckers, right? Oh, you don't need a foregrip. You don't need a vertical grip. That's not covered by the Constitution. You're using the same excuse they use to let Trump off the hook when it comes to bump stock bans. It's not in and of itself a firearm, but what it is a piece. It is a component of a firearm. So a firearm or any components of a firearm is protected by our rights to keep and bear arms. Forget the Second Amendment. Our right to keep and bear arms is not limited to a musket. You understand what I'm saying? So whether if it's a vertical grip, a muzzle brake, a telescoping, a stock, a bump stock, all those things are protected. So you're going to use the same excuse the left uses. That's how you know how retarded they are. The cognitive dissonance is real. Let me see if I can read some of y'all comments real quick. The Constitution says the government became tyrannical against the will of the people. We're told to throw off such a... Yeah. And it also says, and I'm paraphrasing here, that it's a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And we give consent. We give consent for the government to be in existence. You know what we got to do to rid ourselves of tyrannical government? Remove our consent. Remove our consent. That's another choice. So when people like An0maly say, well, you only have two choices, the left or the right, Trump or Hillary, Trump or Biden, Obama or Romney, they're lying to you. You know what another choice is? I do not give my consent to be ruled over by this government any further. Remove your consent. Remove your consent. Decentralize the government. We have the power to do that. But we're so used to giving our power up to these people that we just gonna sit back and be like, oh, there's nothing we could do about it. There's nothing we could do. Oh, there's nothing we could do about it. We just gotta sit on our hands and then, oh my God, and then we just say out loud, from our cold dead hands. No, there's more options than that. The Constitution gives us those options. Y'all just don't realize it. It gives us the option. The 10th Amendment, right? The 10th Amendment. If you want to ride with the Constitution so much, but I tell you what, forget the Constitution. Forget that. Our rights, our existence as human beings, as individuals, that's what gives us the ability to tell these people we do not want to be ruled over by you anymore. I do not want you to be my ruler. I don't want you to be my representative. I don't want you to be my governor, my mayor, my council person. I don't want you to be my president. But guess what? I'm still an individual of this land. No, I will not leave the country. I don't have to leave the country to not be ruled over by you. Next time, I'll tell you guys what. No, don't do it. But I'm gonna tell you something. If you smacked the next person that told you to leave the country, I wouldn't be mad at you. I'm not gonna tell you to smack them because that's inciting violence. I'm not gonna tell you that, but I wouldn't be mad if you smacked the shit out of them, because it's such a dumb argument that the right uses, and it's because they have nothing else. They have nothing else to say other than, oh, if you don't like it, leave the country. No, motherfucker. How about I slap the shit out of you and I stay right here? What you gonna do about it? Remove me from the country, because they don't want you here. They don't want to hear you complain. They don't want you hitting them with the truth, because once they hear the truth and it goes against the lie they're used to telling themselves, they get discombobulated. Their synapses get all out of whack. It just that's how it happens. And that's what was going on with this debate yesterday. You know, I wish I was able to be there. I wish I was able to participate in it, because it was just, you know, this is an important lesson. The reason I want to do this video about that debate is because it's such a teachable moment. It's a teachable moment, because there are so many things that happened that made me like this guy, this An0maly character is the epitome of people of right-wing or Trump supporters, I'll say, that operate in this world today, where they see the tyranny coming from Trump, but because they like Trump so much, they're okay with it, and they're okay with you being oppressed by his tyranny, you know. And whew, he was just getting so sensitive that it just detracted from all the good things, that all the good headway that could have been made from that debate, right? Where they both had such a huge audience. You're talking almost 2 million subscribers, 2 million followers between them. All the good headway that could have been made was slowed down by just sensitivity, just An0maly being sensitive, because what happened? Brian mentioned John Podesta in a certain conversation where I forgot what happened, but he mentioned John Podesta, right? And An0maly took it as him comparing him to John Podesta. And he got so upset. He brought it up every 5 minutes. And then Brian eventually apologized, but he kept bringing it up. He was so sensitive about it, okay? And it was just like, dude, like, and then he got mad because he felt like Brian was saying that Brian was saying, he thought Brian was saying, yo, I have the moral high ground because I don't vote and you do. He was so stuck on that thought that it was just like, dude, what do you get over it, man? Get over it. If you vote for evil, even if it's the lesser of two evils, you're still voting for evil. That's a fact. That's a fact. If you know these people are committing evil and you still vote for them because you feel like their evil is a little less evil, it's still evil, right? And then he would say things like, oh, well, voting does matter because in a state like Florida, they open their economy back up and they are a little bit more free to do things than they are in California, because I live in California. And he's right. You have a little bit more freedoms in a place like South Dakota, Florida, than you do in California. But guess what? You're still not free. You still don't have 100% of your freedoms in South Dakota. You still don't have 100% of your freedoms in Florida. There are many other laws and edicts in those states that keep you from being as free as you want to be. So either you're free or you're not. That's the whole point. But he feels like it's okay to have a degree of freedom above what this other person will provide for you. And that's the thing. It's always about what someone else can do for you to help you live your life. They have nothing to do with you. Donald Trump ain't got nothing to do with me. Hillary Clinton ain't got nothing to do with me in my life. Governor Newsom has nothing to do with me and how I run my life. Right? But he'll sign laws and he'll execute executive orders and this, that, and the third that will infringe upon my freedoms. He don't know me. These people don't know you, but you want them to do some shit for you? They don't know you from Adam. And that's the whole point. They don't care about you. Did Donald Trump know you? These people act like Donald Trump love their ass. Donald Trump don't know you like that. You are just a means to an end to Donald Trump. Now that I'm stopped, I can look at some comments. All right. Okay. That was quite a bit. Let's see. What's going on, Tina Hartman? Derek Williams in the house. I saw Newsom caught out and about, did a video about it. Oh, I saw that. But couldn't we argue the most politicians are bad news? The lesser of two evils I hear? Pick one. That's what you're told, yeah. And that's bullshit. Son, you all right, man? It's a beautiful system, they say, exercise your vote. But voting the system is flawed and controlled. So what are you really exercising? It's an illusion. And this is the thing. There's a reason they want you to go out and vote so bad. They love it. They love the fact that almost, over 150 million people voted. How many workers are there? 100. Isn't there like 160 million people that in the workforce? No, son, get back. Isn't there 170 million, 60 or some? So, son, isn't there 160 so million? Take the thing off your face, man. You don't need that on right now. Isn't there like 180 million or 60 million employees in the workforce right now in this country? Man. Let's see. They love it. They love when you go out and vote because they know that you're being a good little sheep and that you're going to vote for the change of your enslavement. And that's the important thing that it is to know. And when we vote for tyrants or would-be tyrants, we get tyranny. Exactly. We're the ones. It's our fault. If there's tyranny in the land, we are allowing it. And that's what An0maly is acknowledging. An0maly is acknowledging that he is voting for tyranny, but he's still going to vote because there's a little less tyranny than he would experience with this person. How about we get rid of all tyranny by standing up and saying, nah, we will not comply. We remove our consent. What you gonna do about it? What they gonna do? If 2 or 3 million people stood up right now and said that, what are they gonna do about it? They gonna arrest 2 million people? What are they gonna do? Kill 2 million people in front of everybody? Most empires last around 2 centuries. Yep. And this empire is lasted this long because of the Constitution. I tell you that right now. Well, I keep saying I do not think people know the Constitution because we have the power to fire them all. Exactly. But we don't use it. We don't use it. We have the power to arrest them. We have the power to imprison them for up to death if they do certain things, right? Deprivation of rights. If you deprive someone of their rights and you kidnap them in the process under the color of law, then they can be arrested. They can be sentenced. Why isn't that happening? Because the officials that would be doing the arresting know that they can be arrested too. But it's not just up to the officials. We, as so-called citizens of this country, we can arrest these cats too. We can go to the Capitol and bust down their doors and snatch them up and say they're under arrest for performing deprivation of rights on citizens and lock their ass up. The Constitution says this. Okay, this government says government become tyrannical against the will of the people. We're told to throw off such government. Yeah. Question is, most citizenry does not have the will to throw off government. Nope. That's the sad part. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I make these videos and just have these discussions. Tina Hartman says, Derek, I am for it, but I cannot by myself. No, you shouldn't have to by yourself. Everybody in here, all 11 people in this chat room is a good start. You shouldn't have to do it by yourself. An attachment to a firearm is private property. That shouldn't be infringed. Exactly. And that exactly, it's private property. If it's not a firearm, it's private property, and that falls under the Fourth Amendment. And once I attach it to a firearm, it becomes part of the firearm, which also makes it protected under the Second Amendment. Jay with open eyes says, "LOL, First Step Act free like 4 people." Yeah, word. They shouldn't be locked up in the first place. Donald Ducky is not against tyranny. Every president is just a puppet out. Yeah. The First Step Act was what he needed to do. If he was about that life, if Trump was about that life, he would dissolve the Federal Reserve. He would dissolve and dismantle the IRS, right? The IRS and the Federal Reserve. Boom, get rid of those shits, right? Bring back the gold standard. Bring back the gold standard, right? Knock this fiat currency shit out. In fiat currency. And go back to gold and silver and copper. He would decentralize the government. He would work to defederalize the government and go back to state powers. And you go from there. You break it down from there. And you know, because look, the bottom line is some people are going to want to be ruled over. This is what it is. But the key is to understand that the people that don't want to be ruled over should have that right not to be ruled over. And that's the whole point. Because some people don't know how to live their life without people telling them how to live it. All right. It's always been my thought that 9/11, what time is it? Softened up most folks to be in such paralysis. Now we just want to stay safe. Government knows that too. Yeah. Oh, they know it's like the back of their hand, man. And they always putting us to the test. They're always testing us. I was told today, why don't I have a mask on in the store? I answered, why are you so willing to wear it if no one is saying anything to you? Word. Yeah, it's these people like, well, it's none of your business why I'm not wearing a mask. James Millage says, the whole leaving argument that only applies to a person who hates America, that doesn't apply to anyone who despises government, because where else would that person go? Every nation has, exactly. Every nation has a government. That's the dumbest argument. Leave the country. Leave. No. That's not how it works. Dark Nebula. The other convo really devolved, and that's exactly what happened, because there's so much sensitivity in the air. So much hurt feelings. Especially with the John Podesta thing. That really hurt his feelings. Fear J, that folks have resources like smartphone, the researcher literally free themselves. I don't go down like that. It don't go. The news does this to the people. Yeah. No one fact checks anything. American died in 1913. Yep, real shit. The soy runs deep in the blood of the American male. Veterans can't carry the water alone. The men need to grow up here. I agree. I'm a veteran myself. I agree. It's too many mansies out here. Too many mansies. Mississippi, I was shocked that you can go to a restaurant, masks are strongly required. That's now free. Privileges by degree. That's all it is. Yeah. What's up, Kevin Dugan? Voting is to consent to their agenda. Yeah, that's right. 107 million or so. They love mocking us, which is why they tell us to vote. And they know it's scripted from the get-go, because they get off on the fact that they know we're being dumb and wasting our time. Yeah, real shit. Ballots or bullets? I don't see no bullets. Oh, I'm counting bullets. Let me tell you something, man. Especially now with with the shortage, with the lead shortage, right? We got the coin shortage, now we got the lead shortage. Man, I tell you what, I stocked up a few years ago. Everywhere I can resist, I do. And for some reason, this looks some like that courageous or crazy, or if you're fearful type. But I just thought adults carry themselves as such. Yeah, exactly. Kevin Dugan, are you muted? No. What? Jay with open eyes says treason is punishable by death, which has been committed by them countless times, from wars, 9/11, releasing diseases on purpose. Yeah, I just every politician commits treason every day. Every cop is an oath breaker, and they commit treason every day against the people. But we still let them strut around here like King Tut. John Bush, freedom call sales are effective search for freedom sales. Yep. Derek C. Williams, less government, less drama. I agree. Let's take it further. No government, no drama. Except for the people you want to have drama with, the people close to you. No government means that you just have to be willing to protect yourselves. And trust me, there are many other countries in the world that would love to jump at the chance for our government to fail and fall apart so that they can come up in here and try to do some shit. But we just got to be ready to meet them with our own force. You understand what I'm saying? There's ways to do it. There are solutions. You can't be afraid. He just empowered BlackRock with the Federal Reserve, basically the opposite of what's good. Wow. Treason has become the pipe dream because swamp is global. We need a court of last resort, citizen juries. Yeah, I agree. Citizen juries, citizen judges, and gallows. Exactly. And walls. Nice, thick cinder block walls that can withstand, some shit hitting them. You know what I mean? The soy runs deep. Yeah, exact change here in Cali too. It's everywhere. Coin shortage where? Everybody look in their couch. Dude, I got some homework for y'all. Dig in your couch and see how many coins you can find. Look under your couch. Look under your bed. Shake out some of your pants that you've been wearing throughout the week. Look in your cars. You understand what I'm saying? They're full of shit, man. Coin shortage all of a sudden. COVID-19 happens, and all of a sudden, 2 months later, oh, there's a coin shortage. How? These people are full of shit. Just like all these decades, all these decades we got the flu, no flu vaccine. There's a flu vaccine, but no cure for the flu, no vaccine for HIV, no vaccine for the cold. But in less than a year, we got one for Tecate 19. That makes a lot of sense. YouTube is randomly muting and deleting everything six times, even though I'm not a content creator. I can see you just fine. You're up in here. So, speaking of oath breakers, much respect to that bar owner in New York that hit that cop that was trying to arrest him for operating his business. See, that's the type of shit. More of that needs to occur, and we need to stand up when they do that. When these store owners decide that they don't want to close shop because the government told them to, we need to have a back when they stand up to that. But there's so much division right now. It's like, oh, well, that bar owner is white and blah, 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 and I'm black. Fuck that white bar owner. We need to get over that shit. Well, at the end of the day, that's an individual that is having tyranny thrust upon him when it shouldn't be. And we need to stand up for people who are facing tyranny and let these people know you're not just about to commit tyranny and oppress people and just like that and have it so easy. You understand what I'm saying? We need to let these people know the shit ain't going down no more. I saw the NYC bar owner did a video on a group of Spain that walked back police trying to arrest a woman that didn't have a mask. That's what we need to do. Those are the steps we need to take. We need to show these people that we're not going to let this go down. And interestingly, in the UK, Wow. In the UK, if you're a high value business person, then the quarantine doesn't apply to you in the UK. Like you can take your business flights. A high value business person, right? Meaning, you're a millionaire or a billionaire, and you got to take flights to continue to grow your billions and millions. You're okay. The quarantine doesn't affect you. That's in the UK. Don't think that ain't gonna happen here. Don't think that they're not gonna let that happen. As a matter of fact, it's already happening. I mean, look what happened with Governor Newsom. Every winery is closed except for Governor Newsom's. His ass can go to a restaurant inside with 12 people, no mask. Pelosi can go to a beauty shop. This motherfucker go to Mexico. This motherfucker go to Boca Raton and all. Like, these people are full of shit. That's how I know. That's how I know for a fact this Tecate thing is not dangerous as they're making it out to be. But they constantly throw it in your face how dangerous it is. And every minute somebody's dying from the Tecate. It used to be every minute. Now it's every 30 seconds. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. I think the Constitution is really set up because it's giving them the ability to say whatever other infringement they do is justified as long as it is not specifically stated on it. Not only that, it's all about the Supreme Court. It's all about the courts. It's all about how the judges interpret laws and to interpret its constitutionality. If it goes through the Senate and it goes through the House and it goes to the president and somebody sues and it goes to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court says it's constitutional, the Constitution gives them the ability to say that even if it's not constitutional, and it stands as long as the judge says so. All right, I'm gonna get off here, y'all. San Francisco Mayor London Breed is partying like no tomorrow. Denver Mayor flew to Mississippi. Yep. Philly Mayor Jen Kenney eating like a king in Maryland. These people are full of shit. The Achilles heel to the scam is PCR testing. How do we outlaw? Well, first of all, we have to let it be known that it's illegitimate. It's an illegitimate test that shouldn't be used to determine anything. Once we figure out how to do that, then it is what it is. Yeah, the court started the Civil War. Yep. The virus can't be that smart. The politicians and elite don't get sick. But it's bullshit. It's bullshit. I mean, just like all these big box stores, Target can stay open, Walmart can stay open, Costco can stay open, parking lots packed, stores packed with people. But the virus, they know to stay out of Costco. That's how smart the virus is. That's how smart Tecate is. It stays out of Costco. It stays out of Walmart. But this little mom and pop store right here, it's all up in there. Don't go up in there. That's where the Tecate goes to get people. It's bullshit, bro. Anyway, I'm gonna get off of here, man. Been great talking to you guys. I don't know. I might get back on my way back home to discuss further the debate. I feel like there's a lot of good things to learn from that debate. And yeah, I'll holler at y'all later. And stay up. If y'all have time, go check out that debate that happened. Just so we can, I can get you guys' thoughts on it, and we'll go from there. Much love to you guys. Stay up and have a great rest of your Sunday. Like I said, I might see you in a few minutes when I'm on my way back home. Respect due to Derek Williams, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Holler at you later.